The Vav is V. So whoever say it, some people has changed it in another way. We are not going to talk about that. But what we can see here is it is V according to the Hebrew words, V as in Vog. That is clear. There is no more talk with that. It is so clear. It is so straightforward. And those who twist that are used by the devil. There is also another word. How did humans say that? There is there is a change somewhere else, but that is the transformation that humans did. It's not Hebrew who has done that, but it's the others who has done that. Those who want to just say anything in Hebrew. But if you are talking about the standard Hebrew, Vav is V like in Vog. So as long once you see Vav, it is V. It is V. But later, as the Hebrew changed, this this shape Vav has changed into V into U or O. I mean. So let's see that. Let's see that case. Where did we find it? But that is not the original one, but it has been transformed, it has been modified. Let's see it. Let's find it. This is it. This vav, it becomes u. It's the one above, or vau here, or v, vi. So the phonemes v is always kept. So we are going to stand against the wu, the u one. Is it really u? Like the weird people out there. But this is variant. Variance is changed was changed by humans, and you're not going to keep the changed one, but the original one. You're not going to keep the variant, but the original one, and the original one is this V. You're not going to make a false adventure by going with the U, but that is only a variant. And you can see here that it's V and it's always V. So that is how it is read, and it's because of the variant, and as it is a variance, someone has changed it, and it's a foolishness for the other, but that is not the truth. Well, that is up to those who did it. But the letter V is V. Like in India, when we were in India, um, W is pronounced as B. So if you say work, they say work. So you see, lots of people has changed it. If you have gone to India, you know what I'm talking about, because the English of Indian is the W is has changed into B. So we were like surprised with that, because we don't know how to speak Hindi, and we used English, and you were like you don't know, you were surprised with it because they changed the W into a B. So you see, it's hard. But let's get back to the original one. The original one is V, and there is no more explanation. But that is the phonemes, the pronunciation. Pronunciation is equal V. It is V. Y H V H. So it is YAHVAH. Now let's get back to the original one, to the book, the book of Jews. So how can we read it? How to read this? Show it now. Yod He Vav He. How to read it? I think I'm going to take the one later. I cannot see it again. Here. Okay, that's it. Okay, show it. We have seen Yod He Vav He is Yah. So the W is it's V actually, not W. So the real reading is obvious. The real reading is when we read it, this is the real reading. Ya, Y, Ya, V, A, H. Because the way we read the rest is already there, so we're not going to talk about that. But we just had to talk about the V or W. So actually, it's V in the original. So the name of the true Father, Holy Father, is YAHVAH. YAHVAH. That is the real name of that YAHVAH. So let's get back to the board. I am not speaking quickly, I think. I think that is normal speed. I cannot erase this. Why? However, I have to use a new board. Okay, let's get back to the previous explanation. The first one is Yod, Hey, and it is read as Yah. This is how we read it. And the second one is, yeah, we're going to write it down. Yah, this is the tetragram. Yah, Hey, Vav, Hey. This is the tetragram. After having done the studies, so an explanation on earth, and we have started in Sefer Torah, but again, Elia has known that. Yah, Va. That's it. So here is the name, the true name of the God of Abraham, the one who sent Elia. And when we combine this name according to what we have already seen, it gives the name of that Yahweh, and we can call it Yahvah. We can call him Yahvah. This is the name of the God of Jews, the God of Abraham, the one who shows on him and sent him Yahvah. So you can separate it, Yah, when you are glorifying, but when you communicate with him, you say Yahvah. And you may ask, are there two names? Yes. If you read in Isaiah 26 4, this Yahvah is really called Isaiah, Isaiah. Which one was it again? Isaiah 26 4 or 24 6. One of them, either of them. Isaiah 26 4. So this is the Hebrew writing and with translation beside it. So you can read it immediately. So here you can see Biyah, Yahvah. We can see it obviously. Let me take a picture. This is the Yahvah. Let me take picture and I'm gonna show it on the board. This is, I'm gonna explain it to you. This is it. This is so this one big one, Yah, and this is the Yahvah. So we can see now Yod He and Yod He Vav He. So we can see them here, Yod He and Yod He Vav He, Yah, Yahvah. So which means we can really call the name Yahvah, and it's the prophet Isaiah who called him Yahvah, and it's the truth to call him as so. So when we see that, according to the Hebrew word, the Jewish word, the God of Abraham. Those who call that name are washed away from their sins, because call his name, because those who call the name of Yahweh can escape and will get rid of the operation of devils. So call and follow the God of Abraham, Yahweh, and you will be washed away from your sins, like Eliah who brings this word. And those who call Yahweh can escape the devils and can get to that Yahweh. Isn't that a real happiness, a huge joy? What are you looking for except to go getting along with the God of Abraham? Getting God of the God of Abraham is the God to be worshipped. That is according to the Sefer Torah of Jews, and that is that is really it. So I wish you so that you will uh, come to that Yahweh and not with Yahoo anymore. That is teaching from devils, or with Jehovah. These are all teaching from the devils. As long once you see the truth, don't change it anymore. And the goal is to wash people away from their sins, because we have seen that it's the sin which separates human away from God. So when the name has come, people who follow Yahweh brought by Yahushua, those people never sin anymore. So why are you hesitating? However, you know the result of the sinners. When you die, you go to hell. Will you still remain in that place? However, you saw the result. Those who follow Eliah never sin anymore. So why are you hesitating? Because your problem is you are listening to those who speaking bad things and lies about me, about here. So don't listen to that anymore. It's not time for that anymore. It's devil who are speaking ill to me, and they must do that. I have told that to you, and I have given you the proof. This is the Hebrew one, and you cannot change it, and that makes you washed away from your sin, and that is the goal. And now you saw someone who were washed away from their sins. And if you were with that God who makes you sinners, it's you who are wrong, and it's not you who are wrong. Who will say we will not accept that? Even you were in the sin, so how can we listen to you sinners? Why don't you listen to those who never sin anymore? So it's up to you. We are already washed away from our sins, and we are following the God of Abraham, the true one, and those who follow him never sin anymore. And it is according to what he said. But you who are with Jehovah, you are not washed away from your sin. And why are you still remaining there? However, it's already fake. Same for the Protestants and the Roman Catholic. Your book has said this Jehovah and Yahweh is false, so it is changed into the Lord now. Look at the sixth edition, sixth correction. The Jehovah and the Roman Catholic as well. The name Jehovah, the name Yahweh was removed there because it is fake. And I'm giving you the true name which was called by the Jews, Yahvah. Yahvah. That is the one which makes you no longer a sinner. So it's up to you if you want to follow or not. But if you want to go to hell, so it's better for you not to follow him. But if you want to go to the heaven of heavens, follow him. Follow Elia, those who want to be saved. So that is the first word. Let's get to the Yahoo one. What makes them called Yahoo? It's their foolishness. This is what they did, and they are doing it by researching and doing some kinds of studies. But I have given you why did they do it. The other one, they changed. Someone has changed. They took the changed one. So it's their foolishness that I am giving you now. This is it. Yod, He, Vav, and He. And what did they do? They changed this V into U. That is what they did it. So this is a foolishness that some humans has done. They put it Yod and they still keep on Ya. Let me make it white so that you can your eyeball can see it. They changed it into U, so it they took the transformation, and it has become Yahoo. That's why it was Yahoo. You see that it's a devil's name. How can the God of Jews called Yahoo? We have seen in the Sefer Torah that it is YAHVAH. YAHVAH is written there. And that's why I said if there is YAHVAH, let's find out this Vav. Is it YAHVAH, Yahoo? But I already know that it's YAHVAH, and YAHVAH makes you no longer sinners. But because of you who needs proof, that's why I showed you on Wikipedia, and it's on Wikipedia, and we could see that W is V. And that's why I'm asking, why are you fighting against that? And you have seen that in the book of Jude in 2000 BCE, and it is written Yahvah. It is Yahvah. And why you were doing some kinds of adventure like Yahoo? You were sent by devils. You were sent by devils to deceive people. You were not satisfied with Jehovah, and you changed it with Yahuwah because you don't want to call Yahweh. So you twist it and you twist people's mind and you changed it into Yahoo. You created Yahoo. And if you should run into Yahweh and to be washed away from your sin, devils sent Yahoo to you and you were caught into that and you don't want to get into the false one, and people like to follow the wrong one. It's enough. 2000 years now that you have done foolishness thing. 2000 years, even 4,000 years for the others. It's enough. Get back to the truth, because after these words of Elia, it's a huge disaster. I have told you that, and it's already ongoing, and there will be more worse. Your heart will be tired. There is a reason why this word is broadcasted, but this is a foolishness. Let me write it. Foolishness. It's complete foolishness. It doesn't exist. That's why this Yahoo existed. Don't get into that anymore next time. You have heard now the teaching. You have heard the foundation. The true name is Yahvah. Let me write it because it's already clear. This is the true name, and keep it. But the way we read this Yod, Hey, Vav, Hey for the Jews, whether old, ancient one, or new one, it's Yahvah. That's it. Let me reverse it. Let me write it in yellow. Yahvah. This is your God, and that is the God of Abraham. He is the God, the true God. So call him now. You will be washed away from your sin when you follow him, and you will never sin anymore. Yeah, let's write it. Let's put it here. Yahvah. Yahvah. Glory be to the one who is sitting on the throne, the greatest light, the owner of the power and authority. Glory be to him forever. And he is our beloved dad, Yahweh. So that is the first answer. Who is the true name of God? It's Yahweh. Now we stop for this teaching. The second teaching is, let's carry on. Let's follow the teaching well, because we may be wrong if we don't listen carefully. And you may say it's already 1:20. Okay, it's already 1 hour and 20 minutes. We're going to stop with this second teaching, and we're going to follow in an. We're going to continue it next time, but this will be a little bit longer. So how about these 10 Commandments of Israel? Why do you from Madagascar, from French and England or America, why do you observe it? Who made you to do that? That is another and second proof. So those who change the name of that Yahweh into Jehovah or Allah or Yahweh, they are all sinners. That's why the title is Jesus are completely fake, because he makes people sinners. So that is that was the introduction. So everyone who follow them are sinners. That and I'm going to I have given you the proof that the name has changed, and those who have changed the name are all sinners, because the name, the true name, is YAHVAH, and you change it into Yahoo, into into Jehovah, into Allah. So now you are sinners, and you are maybe Muslims who are listening to me, and maybe you say, ah, for us it's Allah. We don't have anything to do with that. No, look at your book. Your prophet Muhammad. You must follow the Sefer Torah. That is in your book. Your prophet and your book has said that you must get back to the Torah. And the Sefer Torah, the God that Abraham has called. And you cannot deny also Moshe. You must obey to Moshe. And Moshe has said the proper noun, proper name of the God. It's YAHVAH. So in that case, you were wrong once you change the name. Your name is, the name of your God is Allah. And even when we asked you, because when we asked you, what is the name of your God? And you answered Allah. And it's a proper noun and proper name. And it's your God himself who said, go to the Sefer Torah. It's a guidance, it's light, it's the truth. So if the Torah is a guidance, the truth, and the light, and also it is used for the judgment. So if that is the case, the Sefer Torah said YAHVAH is the true name of God, so it must be called. If you don't call that, you were a sinner, like the others who call Jehovah. So you all are sinners, and as long as you are sinners, you haven't seen God, that God of Abraham. You have not known that God. So who are you calling if you have not seen him, if you have not known him? That is a parenthesis to tell you, come back, you are dying. Okay, here is another sin from you. You are already a sinner, but I am emphasizing the fact that you were a sinner. Who told you to observe the 10 Commandments? Who told you to observe the 10 Commandments? What authority have you got to observe the 10 Commandments? Especially you were Malagasy, French, English, Arabs, or American. Who told you to observe that? Because the law has said that 10 Commandments are made for only the children of Israel. I emphasize it again. It is made for the children of Israel. So if you, Malagasy, American, English, French, if you have entered that, you are a sinner, and sinners will go to hell. That's why I tell you, wait for your death, you who are listening to me. You go to hell when you die. That's why I told you, escape from that. Get away from your God, and get away from the God who make you observe the 10 Commandments. That is something that is not made for you. It's not made for you. Let's read that in Deuteronomy. No, wait. Exodus chapter 19. Exodus chapter 19, verse 3 to 5. Exodus 19, 3 to 5. It is read as follows. Then Moses went up to God, and YAHVAH called to him from the mountain and said, this is what you were to say to the descendants of Jacob, and what you were to tell to the people of Israel. So these are the people to be saved with the declaration. Say this is what you were to say to the descendants of Jacob, and what you were to tell to the people of Israel. That is so accurate. What makes it accurate? Because the people who will receive this word, who will be given this word, is very accurate and clear. The descendants of Jacob and the people of Israel. You cannot get involved into that. You are not included into this. You, Malagasy, French, English, cannot included into this, because this is already a barrier for you. But we are surprised there is Malagasy, French, English, and so on. They observe the Ten Commandments, and they are hiding with words like Sabbath and something like that. We're going to enter in there. I am telling you, this Ten Commandments is already destroyed, and it is not made for you, other nations. It's not made for you. Yeah, we're going to take some time with this, and we're going to continue it next time. This is not made for the other nations. You yourself have seen what I did to Egypt and how I carried you on eagle's wings and brought you to myself. Now, if you, Israel, obey me fully and keep my covenant, so that is for Israel, then out of all nations you will be my treasured possession, although the whole earth is mine. That is so clear. It is made for the children of Israel. And after the Ten Commandments was mentioned and given. Yes, so it's so clear. The Ten Commandments was given in verse 11 and 12, and people separate it. This commandment is only 10, and it is the words of God, and um, it has all about God, and it's beside the throne of God. But the 10 is the most important one. But according to the words of God, you, mindless one, who has made you to do that? The words was given, but then people were really scared to death because when God speaks, there was fire, there was a lightning, and the mountain was a squashing, and the people asks, "We are afraid. Don't don't speak with us directly anymore, but call Moshe and speak with him alone." But we are so scared. That what happened. But look at what you did, human. You separated it. You made the Ten Commandments and the sacrifice separated. But who made you to do that? Okay, let's carry on the story because if you don't understand the story, you're not gonna know this. Because when I say the Ten Commandments is destroyed, you humans were complaining like, why did you destroy the Ten Commandments? But that's why you were human. You don't know anything. But Elia, I am with the God of Abraham and the messenger that he sent, YAHOSHUAH, and we don't sin anymore. And those who follow Elia never sin anymore. So as long as people don't sin anymore with Elia, it's Elia who is the chief of those who never sin anymore. It's obvious that he is with the God of Abraham, the true one. So let's carry on. So God has said the following words, and now the law has been given: don't lie, don't steal. And on the verse 18, so when the 10 law was given, the 11, the 12th should come out again. But it stopped at 10 because people didn't bear it anymore. Again, it should continue, but it stopped at 10 because people didn't bear it anymore. Exodus chapter 20, verse 18. And all the people were watching the thundering and the flames and the sound of the horn and the mountain smoking. And when they saw it, they kept far off, shaking with fear. And verse 19, and they said to Moses, to your words we will give ear, but let not the voice of God come to our ears, for fear death may come on us. So you see, and Moshe said to the people, have no fear, for God has come to put you to the test, so that fearing him you may be kept from sin. Verse 21, and the people kept their places far off, but Moshe went near to the dark cloud where God was. So here, it was at that time that Moshe get separated away from the people, and Moshe went to the mountain, and he continues the word on the mountain. And Yahweh said to Moshe, say to the children of Israel, you yourself have seen that my voice has come to you from heaven. And the law continues, gods of silver and gods of gold you were not to make for yourself. So you see, it kept continuing. There is nothing like it is separated. This is something different. But because of the fear of the people, it stopped. But if it was not the request of the people, it stopped. But because they didn't bear it, so God stopped it, and it's only Moshe who went up on the top of the mountain, and it's only him who talked with God, that YAHVAH, and the people wait down, because it's about a mountain, so they were down there. So that's how the story went. But the thing is, the others are not ashamed, but they split the Ten Commandments because Eliah has taught the Ten Commandments is destroyed. I have taught that since uh, 2001, and the first teaching here is the Ten Commandments is destroyed. It was in 2000 that the radio was open, and it was at the end of 2000, at the beginning of 2001, that the teaching begins. And people complain, people speaking bad big words and something, and they were like, how is it destroyed, which one is destroyed and which one is not destroyed. So they removed the Ten Commandments, and they didn't remove the others, including the sacrifice. Let's talk about this first, because Elia has taught you that the Ten Commandments is destroyed. Let's talk about that after. They accept that there are commandments which are destroyed, but they don't accept that 10 commandments are destroyed. I am really surprised with you. But who told you that you can split and separate this what you want? Because they say that it is you can destroy it because the Son of God, yeah, they call it Jesus. Jesus is a fake, okay? As long as the name Jehovah is fake, Jesus is fake. They say once Yahushua died on the cross, the commandments are destroyed. These are all things that I taught in 2001, but people steal it and copycat it, and they see that it's really true, and there is a commandment which is destroyed. And they say that you can destroy what can be destroyed, because when the Son of God died on the cross, it is until everything is complete. So according to the law, no law will be removed until everything is complete. So that is the Matthew chapter 5 verse 18. So when he died, there is some law which can be removed there. So now, as long once the law is complete, there is some law which can be removed and destroyed. That is devil's mind and devil's thought. Devil's thought. So let me explain it to you, because some don't understand it well. Yeah, I'm going to explain it later. But I have to establish that this is made for the children of Israel. But people has jumped in another explanation, so I'm going to explain that. But I will get back to it after. Why? Because according to them, there are laws which is destroyed in the Ten Commandments. The Ten Commandment is not actually destroyed, but the law of Moshe was destroyed. And I said that is forbidden. And they, again, steal what I taught, because it's me who teaches Matthew chapter 5, verse 18, because I taught that it is completely destroyed. All of them is destroyed. But these people say that it's not completely destroyed, because this is the word, the command of God. And I explained there is no word which separate these 10, but these 10 were just an archive, like write the 10 of it on a stone. It is an archive, a witness to say that I have told you, I have spoken to you. So it is just as a witness, because they didn't want to meet anymore, in case the children of Israel will deny that they have met God. So he wrote on the stone. That's why it was written on the stone. That's why it is words of witness. It's a witness in case you will betray. But there is no words which separate these 10 away. But the full one say that the Ten Commandments is something different and separated. That is foolishness. But we're going to carry on after. But that is so bad. Like people has changed the words of Elia, and that is so bad. Don't try to change the words of Elia if you don't want to be in trouble. I am correcting you right now. But this is what I taught you. Let's read Matthew chapter 5. Matthew chapter 5. And the words of our dad and our big brother, don't try to change it. You cannot joke with that. Matthew 5:18. Truly I say to you, till heaven and earth come to an end, not the smallest letter or part of a letter will in any way be taken from the law, till all things are done. So till everything is done, so Yahushua has done everything, all of it, because he has done it on the cross. That is the Roman 13, 14, I think, that it's the love which is complete for the law. So because of this accomplishment of the law, according to uh, according to them, the law was cancelled and the Son of God was included in was introduced in the law. So they enter the Son of God, the strange Son of God Jesus, into that law, and now he's substituting the sacrifice. The Ten Commandments is there, and they just removed the sacrifice because the law was cancelled because Yahushua has accomplished it. But the Ten Commandments was not removed, but only the sacrifice, and they changed it into the Son of God. So Ten Commandments plus Jesus, the Son of God, according to them. That is what you are following. So there is devil's deception and smartness. They just bring the teaching of Elia and they just change it. You were dumb and mindless. Who taught you that? What you have done is so bad. Haven't you? Don't you know the words of God in Galatians chapter 3, verse 15? When a covenant has been made certain, you cannot remove anything from it, you cannot add anything. So let's read it. You cannot remove nor add something into it. That is the words of the Son of the Most High. That is the words of Yahushua. But those who were Jesus or Jesus, they are switching tongues like they got burned. Galatians chapter 3, verse 15. Galatians chapter 3, verse 15. Let's read it. Brothers, as a man would say, even a man's agreement, when it has been made certain, it is forbidden to subtract or add that law. So when there is an agreement which has been made, you cannot add it, you cannot subtract it. So that is the teaching that Elia has brought. So don't go blindly like when the Son of God died. So the law is destroyed, and you can just enter whatever you want to add in it. That is what the copycats did, and that is the result. They just happy to copycats, and they don't know what is the main thing of that. But I am teaching you, plagiarizers, the teaching of Elia from 2001, 2000. Elia has never taught that you can do that. But what I taught is when there is an agreement which has been made certain, you cannot add or subtract it. So is that the same for the Ten Commandments and the law of Moshe? Yes, because it has blood of bull has been poured on it. So you cannot add, you cannot subtract it. Let's read Exodus chapter 24. Exodus chapter 24. Okay. Where is it? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, we're going to read there. When yeah, Exodus 24, 3 to 8. When Moshe went and told to the people all Yahweh's words and laws, they responded with one voice. Everything Yahweh has said we will do. So that is the agreement when they were afraid. Verse 4. Moshe then wrote down everything the Yahweh had said. He got up early the next morning and built an altar at the foot of the mountain and set up 12 stone pillars representing the 12 tribes of Israel. Then he sent young Israelite men, and they offered burnt offering and sacrificed young bulls as fellowship offering to Yahweh. Moshe took half of the blood and put it in the bowl, and the other half he splashed against the altar. Then he took the book of the covenant. The book of covenant is what Moshe wrote. And the verse 3, we have seen it. Verse 4. Moshe then wrote down everything Yahweh has said. So this is the book of the covenant. The book, the covenant, when it is made certain, you cannot add nor subtract it. So this is it. Then he took the book of covenant. So this is it. That is the teaching that Yahushua has given to the apostle. Don't touch it. And read it to the people. Then responded, we will do everything Yahweh has said. We will obey. So Moshe took the blood, sprinkle it on the people, and say, this is the blood of the covenant that Yahweh has made with you in accordance with all these words. So, is it made certain? The answer is yes, it is made certain, because blood was poured and it was sprinkled to the people. So, the law was made certain. So, according to the law, Galatians chapter 3, verse 15, when an agreement is made certain, because the blood of bull was sprinkled on it, so you cannot add or subtract it. It is forbidden for you to subtract or add the words in it. So if there is something which will be destroyed, it's the whole thing will be destroyed. It's like you who were making an agreement at the town hall, when there is something which you were not agreeing inside of it. So if you were like changing something in it, you go to jail immediately. Just try it and you will see. You make an agreement with someone, and after you betray and change something in it, you go to jail, or you have falsified it. So even in the town hall, the staff in the town hall, there will be jail also. All the delegate of my mayor or someone, I don't know, even they will be jailed also. So if there is something that either of them don't agree, so they come back to the town hall and they destroy it completely and made another new one, and they put a real clear word that it is the previous one is destroyed. So that's why I say to those people who change the words of God, maybe they're not used to go to the town hall, because even on earth that is the strictness. So how about the words of God? And especially when the blood of bull was poured. So, but they were not ashamed. They say that when Yahushua died, there are some law which was removed and destroyed. So we changed some law into Jesus, and so Jesus plus the Ten Commandments. That is devil's thought and devil's mind. That's why I say to you, when an agreement is made certain, it's forbidden to remove or to add, which means you cannot touch the Ten Commandments anymore. So once you know that it is destroyed, it's really the block of covenant which is destroyed, and it changes into another new one. So that is the new covenant. So that is Yahushua. Yahushua is that new covenant. And the new covenant, there is nothing to do with the Ten Commandments, but only Yahushua and the law of Yahushua. And it's the law of Yahushua that I am teaching you here. That is the new covenant. And I am also telling the one who plagiarize and they don't know how to copycat, read clearly the Galatians 3:15, and that is also an order of Yahushua on this end day. Don't do these kinds of foolishness. When a law is made uncertain, it's forbidden to add or subtract. So get out of there from those people who have done that. Get out of there, because you go to hell if you keep doing that. Galatians chapter 3 verse 15. Brothers, as men said, even men's agreement, when it is made uncertain, it's forbidden to add nor subtract. The Ten Commandments, it was blood of bull that it was poured. But for Yahushua, it's his own blood that he shed for his law, a new covenant. So how can you touch it? How can you modify it? It's up to you to think about it. That is the word that I give to you. There is a covenant, so you cannot touch that covenant. That Ten Commandments, you cannot like change it or substitute it. No, it's forbidden. The same for Yahushua. It cannot be mixed with anything. And I bring that new covenant. Yahushua is his name. The one who makes people no longer sinners and never sin anymore. Okay, that is clear. Let's get back to the topic. Like, Ten Commandments is not made for you, but for the others. These Ten Commandments observers are foolishness. Those Jesus followers, Jesus followers, and Ten Commandments observers, Sabbathists and Sundayist. That's why I tell you, you were dying. Okay, let's go. This is not made for the other nations, but only for the children of Israel. We have read the Exodus chapter 19, verse 3. So now let's read Psalm. Where's the book of Psalm? Psalm chapter 40, 147, verse 19 and 20. He has revealed his word to Jacob, his laws and decrees to Israel. He has not done this for no other nation. They do not know this, his law. Praise YAHVAH. Hallelujah. This is so bad. However, we know that it is taught by Malagasy, French, Americans, all Americans, to observe the Ten Commandments. However, he said here that he revealed his word to Jacob and his law and decrees to Israel, but he has not done this for no other nations, and they do not know his laws. It's so bad that God said that it is not made for you and you don't know it, but the church leaders around the world made people to observe the Ten Commandments. Isn't that a terrible disaster? This thing is making people sinning and sinner. Be conscious, you humans who listen to Elia, you hear Elia, these church leaders has made you sinners. You are made to break the law and you will be thrown to hell. And the lawbreaker will be appeared and Yahushua is going to vanish them. It's you who's going to be destroyed. Look at this. Second Thessalonians verse 2. Second Thessalonians chapter 2 verse 8. Verse 8 and 9. And then the lawbreaker one will be revealed. It's you. I have given you the law which you cannot break. It is made for the it is not made for the other nation, but only for the Israel, whom the Lord Yahushua will overthrow with the breath of his mouth and destroy by the splendor of his coming. So he is going to destroy you because you break the law. So isn't that fear that Elia calls you right now? I am calling you right now. Come back. Yeah, and the devils cannot bear that, and they just say that I am criticizing and speaking ill to you. But it's up to you to think ahead, to think carefully. So the coming of the lawbreaker, and it's you if you don't pay attention, will be in accordance with how Satan works. He will use all sorts of displays of power through signs and wonders that serve the lies. So these changers of law of God and breaking the law of God that I have said, those who made you observing the Ten Commandments, they are using all sorts of miracles, all sorts of display with the work of Satan's accordance with how Satan works. Verse 10, and all the ways that wickedness deceives those who are perishing. So like you were deceived. And look, it talks all about you. Look at the sins that you were doing. That is foolishness. All the ways that wickedness deceives those who were perishing. They perish because they refuse to love the truth and so be saved. Yeah, you don't care about this. We give you the salvation, but you don't care. It's your fault, not the others. I don't know if you will still remain in that bad place, but I am calling you. Don't stay there anymore. Let's see another law. It still talks about that. These Ten Commandments cannot be brought into Madagascar, to France, to America, to China, to England, to Australia. No, Ten Commandments cannot be brought to these places, but only in Israel. But if you break that, you are a sinner and you are a devil, because sinners are from the devil. So you are a devil then, because and those who come from devils, they are devils, or a mother of a devil, or a father of a devil. So it's up to you. Do you want still to be children of a devil? It's up to you. This is about love. Let's read. This is another breaking of law that you have committed again. It has been said that it's only made for the children of Israel, but you broke. Now, it is said also here that it's only in Israel. You cannot bring it to another nation. But this is so dangerous. This is so bad. Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 1. Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 1. These are the commands, decrees, and laws YAHVAH, your God, directed me to teach you. So the commands, decrees, and laws are the Ten Commandments and the laws. So there are 613 for those who have counted it. So 613 law that God has given in the Mount Sinai. Commands, decrees, and laws, YAHVAH, your God, directed me to teach you. So these commands were taught where? To you observe in the land. Where? In the land that you are going to possess. Oh, human. This is so clear. It's in the land that the children of Israel is going to possess, that it will be observed. But Madagascar is not a place for Israel. Is Madagascar an heritage of children of Israel? Is French one? Is America? The answer is the land that the children of Israel would possess is Israel. So the Ten Commandments is only observed in Israel, because it was made in one book wrote by Moshe, the Book of Covenant. So this one book, which you cannot split, and inside is the Ten Commandments. It is said that it's only in Israel that you can observe it, and it's only Israeli children of Israel who can observe it. And blood was sprinkled on it and shed on it, so you cannot add, you cannot subtract it. So it's only made for the children of Israel. It's only for the children of Israel that it is made. You cannot add, you cannot subtract. But here, oh, what did you do? What have you done? You have despised, you have broken the Ten Commandments and the law of Moshe. You have done terrible thing. Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 1 and 2. Now, Israel, hear the decrees and laws I am about to teach you. Follow them so that you may live and may go in and take possession of the land YAHVAH, your God of ancestor, is given to you. So if you want to enter in the Canaan land, you have to follow these Ten Commandments. So the Ten Commandments, the law of Moshe, is to bring people to the Canaan land, to Israel. So you were in the wrong address. If you expect this to bring you to the heaven of heavens, don't be in a wrong address. But because it is so clear here, it is to make you enter the Canaan land, Israel. So don't be confused. This word is so clear. Let's continue. Do not add to what I command you, and do not subtract from it, but keep the commands of Yahweh your God that I give you. So it's so clear. It's so clear. Do not add, do not subtract. So what you cannot add, what you cannot subtract, this is made for only in the children of Israel, and only in Israel that you can observe it. So what you cannot subtract, it's still that same thing. You can. It is only made for the children of Israel, and it's only in the land of Israel that you can observe it. That is the law, the command that you cannot subtract. And the same for the name. You cannot add, you cannot subtract. But the question is, what did you do? What did you human do? What Jesus and Jesus made it to do is keep the Ten Commandments, but change it into Jesus and Jesus. That is what you were taught, and you will be without any problem. And what is the name of your covenant? Because the law said when an agreement is being made certain, do not you cannot add, you cannot subtract. So let's emphasize the Deuteronomy earlier. Deuteronomy chapter 13, verse 1. Now, Israel, hear the decrees and laws I am about to teach you. Follow them so that you may live and may go in and take possession. Yeah, it's like it is so similar. No, I am wrong. No, the application didn't change. I am surprised. Like it's so similar. Deuteronomy um, chapter 12 verse 32. See that you do all I command you, do not add to it or take away from it. So now it's so clear and repeated twice. Do not add the Ten Commandments and do not subtract it. Yeah, that Yahweh has emphasized it twice. So do not add, do not subtract. What is that? What I have told you. So let's add this Deuteronomy chapter 12, verse 1. This is the one that you cannot add. This is one you cannot subtract. These are the decrees and laws you must be careful to follow in the land that your Lord. No, it's not good. I repeat again. These are the decrees and laws you must be careful to follow in the land that Yahweh, the God of your ancestor, has given you to possess as long as you live in the land. So, as long as you live in the land, you must observe these Ten Commandments and the law of Moshe in the land that is given to you. The law, the 613 law. So this 613 law, it's only in Israel that you can observe it. It is forbidden in French, in Los Angeles, in America, in Canada, in Australia. It is forbidden in all other countries, in Arabs, in Madagascar. It's forbidden to observe that. It's forbidden. It is unacceptable. It's only in Israel. But look what happened. What happened on this all the country where you are? That's why people pull up the Matthew 5:18. Yes, that's true, but this word is destroyed when there is Matthew 5:18, the one that we previously talked. So we can bring it in Madagascar because it is destroyed in Matthew 5:18. You see, that is a foolishness. They say that you can bring it to Madagascar because it's Matthew 5:18, which justify that. So the Son of God can introduce inside of it because it's the Matthew 8:18 which say that. But remember, the Son, the Son of the Most High has emphasized that in Galatians chapter 3 verse 15, when an agreement is being made certain, you cannot add. It's forbidden for you to add or to subtract it. In case you were in a wrong address and wrong thought, and but there is a barrier. But those followers of devils, because it's the devil that they follow, as long as because they dare to change the word, so they didn't care about that. They just say it is destroyed. Yeah, but the it's good that they accept that it is destroyed. But let's stop that. Let's stop that here, but I have explained that it's all destroyed, it's destroyed. But what you have done is so bad. You have to follow, you have to follow them all if you want to follow the Ten Commandments. And if you want to follow Yahushua and follow the new covenant, you must follow the new covenant till the end. So they have different path. So that is our next teaching, is the Ten Commandments destroyed. So that is what we are gonna talk next time, in case you were already sleeping. So let's continue it next time. So Yahushua bless you all. But remember, you have broken the law, you have done foolishness thing, but I have given you a barrier. So what you should do when it is destroyed, it the whole covenant which is destroyed and removed, but it's the new covenant which is established. But once you follow the Ten Commandments, it must be Israeli who followed it, and you cannot change it. Otherwise, you were a sinner. And look at what you did. You break the law. You brought it in Madagascar. You brought it in France, in England, in China. Who told you to do that? That is the sign that you were a sinner, and that makes you sinners, which made you to be thrown to hell. That's why Elia calls you, save the spirit, because that is enough. You have done enough with your sin. And look at you, because it's really the system which is destroyed, and you are always sinners. You cannot get out of it because devils play with you in the sin. But it's time not to get rid of it and to escape from there, and you have the ability now to escape that sin and follow Elia. I will bring you there. I will bring you to the heaven of heaven. Yahushua bless all of you. See you next time with that word. And I hope that you will keep listening. Let's pray together. Thank you very much, my beloved Dad YAHVAH. Put that words and teaching in people's heart. Put in their mind that the words is all about love. And I am showing them the truth, and also showing the secret, the dark secret of these devils who have deceived people 2,000 years. They have destroyed your name, and they have made all human sinners, and they have made people breaking the law. Beloved Dad YAHVAH, I ask your love from you. Save people by sending your Holy Spirit to work hard to save for the last time, to save humans, because the time is really near. Glory be to your name. Glory be to you. We will glorify you non-stop and forever. Elia, glorify you and respect you and prostrate before you, glorifying you. My beloved Dad YAHVAH, glory be to you forever. Protect the words and the teachings so that people who listen to Elia will be conscious. In your name, my beloved YAHOSHUAH, that I make all these words and prayer. Glory be to you forever. Hallelujah. Amen. So that is our meeting for today. We're going to listen for the continuation. Don't be sad because this teaching is so long. So Yahushua bless you all. See you next time. Goodbye.